Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everyone likes to feel confident in whatever they do, no matter what it is, gaming or just generally anything you do. You want to feel confident about it. I just realized how loud my chair is. I'm sorry. And to be confident in something, you also need to be, to a certain degree, good at it, right? And unless you're super entertaining and super funny, people won't watch you unless you have a certain amount of, skill, so to say. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can really improve your skill in Fortnite, which will lead to getting more wins in the long run. But you need to first not really aim for the wins and more aim for the small steps. So getting a few more kills, getting 2-3 kills every game, 2-3 more kills every game if you already get 5 kills, getting 8 kills, getting 10 kills. And then once you start getting 10 kills, you should be able to hit those victory royales. But for now, let's just go through the things that you need to have to do this, right? First of all, I advise having a semi-decent computer. For you console players, don't worry, you will have steady frame rates. That shouldn't be a problem for you because the frames are so important. So what I advise doing is, if your computer isn't the greatest, my computer is really decent, and I still switch off, medium, low, put this on far or epic. That just means you'll get more frames, right? If your computer is bad, start dialing this down. But you don't want it right at the bottom because then you pretty much won't be able to see anything. Switch motion blur and VSync off, that's just completely unnecessary. And make sure you can see your FPS. Don't set your FPS too high. I can hit 240 when I'm not streaming, but when I'm streaming, I like to keep it at 180 just to be sure. Overclock your GPU unless it's really that trash. I can do a video on overclocking if you guys want to, and how to get better ping or how to get better Wi-Fi. I'll show you. Ask me in the comments if you want to see that in the next video. Okay, so once you've set up your settings so you have a decent frame rate, you want to go over to brightness and set it to either 1 or 0.9 or 0.75, something like that. You don't want it at 0.5 because then the shadows will really stand out. And having it at maximum brightness means there won't be any darkness. It's like in Minecraft, the caves, just you don't need torches, okay? Then start fiddling with your sensitivity, okay? Start figuring out what works for you, and to do this you need to set your mouse to around 800 dpi. For you console players, I'd advise chilling at 0.65 and then figuring it out from there, because I know I have noticed that really works. I guess I used to play on PS4, and then just kind of fiddle around there, so 0.7, 0.9, whatever. See how it works for you, okay? Here you want to set it 800 on your mouse, on your DPI, and then just set it to any number. And then after a few games, watch the replays and see, am I shooting too far to the right or too far? So am I overshooting, so is it going past the target, or am I undershooting, so is it not reaching the target? This especially works for shotgun shots, right? And that's the mouse targeting sensitivity. So scope sensitivity is obviously when you're using the right trigger to scope in or to zoom in pretty much. And targeting is when you hip fire, okay? And you pretty much just want to make it larger slash smaller to kind of fit that. I'm still fiddling with mine. I'm still figuring it out. I wouldn't advise to fiddle with it too much because that can result in completely losing a sense of what's working and what's not. But if it's not working at all, then just watch the replays and see what's not working. And finally, set your keybinds, okay? You need to set your keybinds. You need to have certain keybinds, and some people, they also don't know how to set their keybinds, and I fully understand you, okay? You need to, what I did was I watched Nikkei30 a lot, so I was like, okay, you know what, take this man's keybinds. He had the most random keybinds ever, but I was like, let's do it, right? He didn't use any numbers, and this is the first game I ever played on PC, so I didn't know how to use the numbers. I couldn't reach the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I just pumped this in, right? Okay, now my fingers are a bit better, I could probably reach it, but I'm used to this now, so I've got, Q, left control, X, whatever, left alt. And once you have that, you need to modify it so it makes sense for you. So I kind of mishmashed it a bit with Tifu's settings by switching on auto run, sprint by default, and then going over here and using left shift as a floor, changing up all of these completely so it makes sense to me. So you just need to fiddle with what works for you. Take a template from a streamer, so use what they've got and then just kind of make it work for you, okay? That's enough of the settings. Now I want you to go to the playgrounds, go to don't full, match options, full shields, off. This should also be for whenever you do 1v1s. Ready up, join in the game, and then I'll show you the next few things you need to do. Okay, so when you jump into the playground, what you want to do is you want to land by an area where there's a lot of trees. You don't need guns right now, anything, you just need trees. for the time being. Like this area is fine because it's got a lot of trees. You want to get a bit of wood, maybe 1 or 2 trees, and once you've collected that wood, we're going to move on to the next biggest thing, so to say, and that is building. Okay, so the thing about building that makes it so important is even if your aim is off, like you're not, you know, a shroud or whatever, you just don't hit all your shots, you need, if you can build, you can block a player off, edit it so that you can take another shot and then block him again, right? So that you get the extra shot and he doesn't have the time to kill you, right? And if you can play this smartly, now players nowadays are starting to notice that, oh, okay, he's gonna edit, right? So they see you holding your pen. So if you can do this so that he shoots and then he has to recock his shotgun and you can shoot him in that time, you need to be smart about it, right? You need to understand how what's gonna happen. So if the player is just staring at exactly where he thinks you're gonna place a window, place the window somewhere else, right? So he doesn't expect it. Maybe place a window and then don't shoot. Place a window, place a door, walk through the door, shoot him, whatever. Figure it out. So editing, okay, be comfortable. Just build down one of these walls and just edit. Like 15 minutes straight. Okay, not 15 minutes straight, 5 minutes straight. See, I'm not very good at editing, but that's fine. Edit a bit, okay? Then, building. Now, building is so important. It's insane. As I said earlier, building gives you an advantage over players, even if they have a better aim, okay? So if you can build better than someone, then you could easily get an advantage. So what I advise you do for building, I don't know what I did there. Start off with the rushes, the ramp rush. Be able to sprint in place for ramps. Now that shouldn't be a problem, you just turbo build your way through that. Next up, walls. So this will start slowly at like a walking speed. Just make sure you understand how it works, okay? You set your walls to a comfortable key, and now you're just flicking in between the two and placing them. Eventually, you should be able to sprint without any problem, without having to use too much mental capacity. So you can still talk while you're doing it, right? Okay, well, I clearly am too trash for that. Back down. And you want to... Now, once you are comfortable with that rush, you want to incorporate floors. Floor, wall. Floor, wall. Sorry, it's really hard to do when it's slow. Floor, wall. Floor, wall. And then eventually you should be able to speed that up. Like this, okay? And you shouldn't struggle too much with it. So it should be something that's smooth, comfortable with. And this is a really nice ramp. They have to destroy 2 of your things. So what you can do there, for example, is if someone starts shooting it down, normally it will happen at this stage. Once you put like 3, they'll start trying to shoot it down. Then you can dink them, right? Shoot them, shoot them, shoot them. Okay, because they're busy trying to destroy it, so you can shoot them. Normally they'll be destroying the ones down here, and you'll be at the top, so you can shoot them while they're doing that. That often gives you an advantage. So once you've done that, you can rush across. It doesn't matter if you use those or you use these, for example, or both. You just need to get across to him, right? So he's trying to shoot you. You've dinked him a few times. Now you can build across to him, okay? So now you're up here. You've shot him. Boom, boom, boom. You see he's weak. You build across. Build across. Build across. Even if he's shooting you down, just push to get to him. And if you fall short, so let's say he's sitting inside of there, you can always build here, and boom, you're on top of him. Okay? And then editing comes in key. Boom, shoot him, done. Okay? So something like that. Building is so important, and it gives you, and even if you miss that shot, if you're able to build a floor and place some traps, okay? Editing gets you out of tight spots, okay? So learn to edit, guys. And now we'll move into the final section of this tutorial, and this is kind of the bit where it all comes together. And yeah, I'll talk about that quickly. So the final step to doing well, I guess, in Fortnite is depends on where you land, right? There's a lot of luck in this game. You know, the people that will land with you and whatever, and who's in your game. But landing in populated areas should only be done if you are confident. So you've really mastered the few things that I've told you, okay? If you're, still learning them, land somewhere where only 1 or 2 people will land. Get those 1 or 2 kills so you feel a bit more confident. Build up that confidence to the point where you feel like, okay, you can land at Salty, Tilted, Retail, you know, those kind of places, Lazy, wherever the people land, you know, land there and just get a few kills. And if you can survive that, then you're on a really good track, okay? Now, mid to late game, that's the kind of area where most of the people fall to the really good people. And what I just advise is stay positive, okay? Build up a good situation, put yourself in a good scenario, okay? Make sure you're in the zone but not in the middle, because then everyone's going to see you, right? Be towards the edge of the zone, head towards the zone early, those kind of tactics. And just, if you really just want the win, land somewhere super chilled. Most of my wins come from when we landed somewhere like a bit more chilled and there weren't that many like early game tryhards, sweaties, okay? That's what I'd advise. So land somewhere chilled and just go for the win. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, you know, drop a like, let me know what you enjoyed. Only drop a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know what you didn't enjoy. Comment it in the comment section. And please tune in for our live streams, you know, try to do them daily while we still can before school starts. And yeah, thank you guys so much for checking.